morning, DW Nation. Hey, this is Rick Hoffman, your host with the Drowning Warrior podcast. And it is Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week, June or July. Yeah, July 14th of all things. Summer is just flying by. Um, I've been looking at a lot of things on social media. Been following a lot of other podcasts and also listening to what is being said out there. Um, but I was sitting here this morning. It's what time is it? It's right at 6 o'clock a.m. Um, had a rough time sleeping last night. Been up since about 3:30, so I've been scouring the internet, looking at some things and certain stories. And there's one that jumped out to me here this morning that I just want to take a few minutes to share with you. And that is, let's see, let me turn on my screen sharing here. Uh, wait. And so I'm going to share my screen. This is a story here that's about a girl that drowned at a summer camp in 2019. And this was just shared as of yesterday. But parents who lost their child at a day camp are sounding the alarm and calling for better regulations and oversight at camps. Um, oh, this has been something that's been going on for a long time. Most of you who know my story know that my daughter drowned in a public pool in June of 1993. Um, I wasn't present that day. Wish I was. Sometimes I wonder if I was, if the outcome would have been any different. But not really sure if that would be the case or not. So I got my coffee here. So let's jump into this here. Let me just preface by saying my comments here and everything are just strictly personal, and they are my opinions. They are not set on any foundation of um, what I know to be either true or factual or any facts as far as data and those numbers are concerned. Um, but the numbers don't lie. That's the one thing about data and numbers. They don't lie. They tell the truth. Maybe not the whole truth, because again, the numbers are the numbers, and they are not. Let me just say my personal opinion: they're not accurately reported. They don't report the numbers from an accurate standpoint as far as how they classify drownings and drowning accidents and things like that. If you've listened to my podcast, you've heard me talk about um, the need for a national trauma database and to bring drowning onto that trauma database as a actual trauma. And I think once we do that and we can start collecting much better data, we will get a better picture of really what's happening as far as drowning. And then that, I think, will go a long way in helping set better regulations and oversight, not just for camps, but for public pools, beaches, home, backyard pools, things of that nature. Um, but let me just say this. This was at a public camp or a day camp where there was lifeguards, counselors, other people present. And if you're a parent and you let your children go to public pools and you're not present, or even if you are present, and you step away and you're not watching your child, and you believe somebody else is watching your child, when these accidents happen, and they happen a lot more than you probably think, because a small percentage of children actually suffer a drowning, and drowning is not, and this is not a non-fatal drowning. This is an actual drowning, and um, that number is less than obviously the ones that suffer a non-fatal drowning, or what people in the media and other people would refer to as a near drowning, which you don't have a near heart attack or near anything else. So it's not a near drowning. Drowning is an event that where, you you don't come back from. So this would be a non-fatal drowning. And then and these are non-fatal drownings that get transported to the hospitals and things like that. Um, they're not necessarily counted in all the data. From what I that's my what I've been told. And then we have the numbers of people that where the lifeguards make us, in a public pool or a public setting, where a lifeguard or a trained person makes a rescue, and that person is breathing. They get out. They don't require any other care from that standpoint once they're checked out and everything. And then we have the ones where innocent bystanders, parents, things like that, have to jump in because they notice a child or somebody struggling, and they jump in and rescue the individual and pull them out. So if we would have those numbers, I think it would be an extremely, extremely alarming situation. Um, but just this right here, it says, well, Roxy somehow made it from the steps from the step area to approximately 20 feet away from the steps area in the water that was about a foot and a half above her head. As a learning swimmer, which she was, there's no way to protect the child from drowning if they're not being watched or attended to within arm's length. That goes right into with what I was saying before. My daughter was there with a babysitter. I trusted the babysitter to be watching. My daughter was there with a lot of other people, and I trusted that, they would also be there watching. At the end of the day, we lost our daughter, and I realized to this day, this has been, you know, a long time, 27, 28, 28 years ago, that nobody was watching. And in this poor little child's case, nobody was watching. And a child can slip away. Months after the incidents, this place was cited by the California Department of Social Services for operating a child daycare facility without a license. I just this let me just say, and I'm going to kind of end on this here because I could probably spend all day long talking about this. And parents, do your due diligence. I think we take things for granted. I know I did. Didn't know what you know, what I needed to ask, or what I should know or shouldn't know, whatever the case is. But there's a little paragraph right here, and well, it says parents who lost their child at this day camp are calling for better regulations and oversight at camps. And we've been saying that for 28 years, and it hasn't happened. And I don't think it's going to happen in my in my lifetime. Maybe my children's or grandchildren's lifetime, maybe. Um, see, the county worked with Roxy's parents to pass a motion on June 8th to address regulation gaps in children's activities at camps and public swimming pools. Anyone who has concerns or complaints about the camp or public pool can report them by calling 211. Okay, and contacting the office or one of the county supervisors. There's a video that goes along with this. I think this is a video. Uh, got to sign in. This is one of those news channels here that you got to sign in to be able to watch it. But anyways, or have an account with them. Let me just let me just end with this, and I will have the link to this that if you would like to look into this a little bit further. But I had somebody message me the other day, ask me, where do I find these? Just so you know, I get on my Gmail, I have alerts set with certain keywords, and water safety. Water safety is just one of the keywords in water and pool safety. And these are all the articles that are coming up today. Did you know water safety, swimming and water safety are part of the school curriculum? Uh, let's see, officials urge water safety after holiday drowning. Boston Harbor beaches getting cleaner, but sewage discharge still a problem. 11-year-old girl pulled from Merrimack River. She passes away. Let's take a quick look at this one here. Um, so this would have been what I was just talking about. And let's see, river by a passerby who saw her struggling in the water on July 6th died in Boston Hospital, where she was flown after her rescue. So, in other words, 11-year-old girl who was pulled from the swollen Merrimack River by a passerby. Let's see. Not sure if this says anything as far as um, looking here just to see if it might indicate how she wound up in the water. This incident came the same day a toddler was pulled from a pool by his 11-year-old sister before being resuscitated by a family member who was given instructions to public safety dispatcher. And amid the summer, in which drownings have claimed a number of young lives across the state. Yeah, this is just like I said, this is very disturbing, and sometimes it's the storm, with the COVID and everything, kind of is lying. It's no wonder we are at this crossroads where we're at. But my opinion. I've told you, and I'll probably keep on saying it. So, with that being said, you guys have a great Wednesday. We're going to go to work, get some more stuff done here, and finish my cup. This is my second cup of coffee here this morning. So, have a great day. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you later.